as a Hawk. McGuan dragged down. Ellis shoots it out.
That's good from Burgoyne.
Sean Burgoyne, second possession. Doesn't mind getting it in tight as well, given he's coming off that broken jaw. Guerra high towards the wing. And a fist out of play, and we'll get a ball in.
Great for his confidence, Sean Burgoyne there. 2 touches already, and you see Nathan Foley trying to work him over, but he's a class act, Sean Burgoyne.
That's the key point. Plenty of body contact.
So Rance did get a hand on it. Burgoyne caught by the helmet.
Well, you can see the intention there from the Richmond player, but his arms were just far too high in the initial tackle. Had to shoot from the hips.
Good stuff from Sean Burgoyne. This will be possession number 5, and he's been involved in a lot of contests.
Rough head. Should have marked that. Got an arm slap. Gets back. Last line of defence. Dangerous, but spectacularly good kick to Burgoyne.
Well, that was that long kick to where they were outnumbered on that occasion. Kicking efficiency is way down for Hawthorn. We'll just watch this one first, Dwayno.
Birchall could go all the way here. No one in front of him. Bounces to 50. Sends a long ball towards goal. Boy, did they need that. And they got it in style.
Kickers will throw down to you, Sean Burgoyne. He's had some start for his new club.
Oh, he's been great, Spud. It's interesting, they're playing him on the centre wings, and they're playing him out of the traffic. We know he's a fantastic contested footballer, I should say, but he's very good inside the stoppages and around the stoppages, but they're protecting him a little bit by playing him outside, but getting plenty of the footy, and he's using it really well, Spud.
Oh, it's a great start. He's had the 6 disposals already, Sean Burgoyne. Richmond are trying to rough him up. I think they need to play tight on him and beat him to the ball.
At the moment, Richmond leading 8-7, but they're clearer and cleaner clearances that Richmond are getting.
Polak should have marked that, and now Hawthorn on the rebound. Wide ball. Carl Peterson can stroll in here. It sits for him. Lines them up from 49. Franklin instead.
Great discipline. He could have ran all the way there, Peterson. I think that's great team football. He just knew that McGuan was in front of Franklin and played the percentage team play. That is a great passage of play, and again, the ball rebounds quickly out of Richmond's forward 50.
Hasn't gone back far.
Well, whatever works. Tell you what, the goal umpire did some work, but it's there.
A very good run off half-back for Hawthorn. They've managed to get a clearance, and they power run, they gut run out into space. We'll see the number 2, Peterson, left the screen. He's run extremely hard to find space. Richmond are pushing back as well, but they're reactive. And on that occasion, certainly right, Spud. He could have run, and probably the best bet might have been to run another 5 metres and have a crack at it. But when you've got Lance Franklin one-on-one at the top of the goal square, it's a fair option as well. Get confidence in that man, and he'll be very...
Rioli lurking. Gathers. Know where he wanted to go initially, but Carl Peterson made it look good, and Roughhead should swallow this in the pocket.
You've got 3 Richmond defenders there. The dangerous space was behind the tackle on, and you can just see it's a magnificent tackle. The way he buries his head.
Two of the boys that have played a bit of one of the rugby codes, league or union, that was a shoulder down into the legs and driving tackle.
You do have to be careful laying those tackles.
Yeah, lucky tuck's a little bit heavier.
Oh, holding the ball. That's a big one. Dragged it in, according to Scott McLaren. Sorry, guys.
No, you're right there, Dwayne. This is more important. Have a look at Lance Franklin there.
So Carl Peterson to have the shot. By Scott McLaren explaining why the free was given. Even if you make an attempt, it has to actually come out.
Yeah, well, once you drag it in, that is the rule. It's been there for 4 years now, so...
Such a difficult one when the opposition are so well drilled to hold the ball in under you.
And your born instincts is to win the ball.
That's right. Big kick this. For the Hawks to take the lead. Peterson's first, and he loved it.
Absolutely loved it. He's very excited about that. He's got his free kick and just slotted it. Missed an opportunity before quarter time.
Outnumbered forward line. That is a very clever kick.
Well, some of their key players starting to get involved in the game. Clinton Young's only had a couple of touches, but Sammy Mitchell, Jordan Lewis, those sort of players, boys, are starting to get right on top here.
This for Hawthorn's biggest lead of the game for 10 points. Struck it okay, struck it beautifully. Hawks suddenly by 10.
Well, Richmond under an enormous amount of pressure here.
You close your teammates by doing that, but it's such a difficult one.
Roughhead paddled it to his own advantage. Mitchell, Rioli, Stops on a dime, gives the handball, ran off, gave it to Sewell, who it was meant for initially anyway, and Lewis waits under it, takes the mark, 48 out.
I'm not sure whether it was meant to go to Lewis, but if the intention was there, it's a very good kick again, because Richmond are getting numbers in front of Franklin and Roughhead, and there's always a space around the 45-metre area where Hawthorn are attacking. Their last 2 shots of goal from identical spots.
Well, in the opening term, Richmond led by the best part of 3 goals. No one in the square. Lewis kicks this, and now Hawthorn lead by 3.
Dwayne, you called it no one in the square. That ball didn't exactly
Tigers another free from the middle. Cochin heads wide and getting back in the hole, Sean Burgoyne. So do you think he'll get a yellow card, or a please explain from the AFL for acting, Jack Rewalt?
No, I don't think so. No, I just don't know whether a free kick was actually in it. But
Franklin, good clutch.
There was a slight block in that one.
Mitchell caught by Jackson, got a handball off. Franklin tried the don't argue. High fend off.
Yeah, well done, Chris Newman. I'll tell you what, he is everywhere today, Christian Newman. He's earned some hard free kicks. Had 13 to
Spears toward goal, punch through. Stephen Gillam got a fist on it, and it is a behind.
Spoil there. Great spoil.
Kelvin Moore got a fist on it, back of the pack. Rioli, look out. And he ran straight past it. In fact, he ran through it. Maybe that was part of the plan. Left foot kick, no way. No way! Hard to believe, but brilliant.
Well, it wouldn't have been as good a goal, Dwayne, if he picked it up first time. That was fantastic work. But on 2 occasions, the Richmond defenders just let the ball get over the back. And the direct contest when Rioli's picked up the ball and kicked the goal was another bit of evidence that Richmond need to work harder to keep the ball. See, this instance, a high ball, that 3-on-1 in the area, had to keep the ball in front. Gets over the back, dangerous for Rioli. Run over the ball again, that gets over the back and clears space towards goal.
Back into play. In the shadows of half-time, Peterson extracts it and kicks one of the goals of the year.
Great play, but a missed tackle. If you bump and you got the ball, you should tackle. That's the golden rule of AFL footy. Fantastic play from Peterson there, kicking his 2nd goal. Have another look at this. He gave a chance to tackle. Yeah, it was Will Thursfield, bumped him. Should have just nailed the tackle. I think he was player conscious here on Lance Franklin. Luke McGuan, I think it is. He half bumped him, should have nailed the tackle there. Player conscious. Damien Hardwick won't be too happy with that one, but great play, Peterson.
Hacks it long. Chance for the Tigers here with a turnover. Ball bounced unkindly for them. McGuan dragged down to 10 seconds. Burgoyne thumps it long. Roughhead about to peel onto it. Chance for a score late. Knocks it towards the boundary line. 5 seconds. No free. No holding the ball. Out of play, and that might do us. It does. Siren, and it's on. Roughhead dragged down over the boundary. Umpires watching closely. There's some spice in this, and they're all going in. Keep our eyes on it.
Well, the umpires are doing a pretty good job to try and release McGuan and Roughhead. A couple of tough nuts.
Well, if you needed it confirmed that there's a bit on this, regardless of the fact that it's 14th and 16th on the AFL ladder, that's confirmed it for you. Richmond yet to win a game this year. Hawthorn, their season on death row, 1 win and 6 losses. Big second half coming up. The Hawks lead by 7, 6-5-41. Mustard wide, Sean Burgoyne. And it's hard to know what we'll get in the last term. Richmond has only won 1 final quarter this year. Hawthorn hasn't won any. High kick. Little bump by Tambling on Renoff, and it was okay. And that's almost as good as a kick. Knocks it down towards Carl Peterson. Polak had the reach. Handball a little too slick, and Peterson keeps it alive. Look out. Inboard they come. Whitecross flies, can't mark. Mitchell normally delivers well. Short, Roughhead. Maybe not the required 15 anyway. Rance over the top. This game's lifted a gear.
Oh, it has.
Dustin Martin. Little
good
collect.
young Tigers, though.
Delidio, Cochin, handball smothered. Hodge on the rebound. Wants the left. Didn't get it. Dispossessed. White through traffic. Handballs it back again. Delidio hacks it wide. High ball knocked away from Vickery. Campbell Brown in game 150. Short pass. Sewell, ridden a little, ridden enough. Gets the free.
Great effort from Newman. It was well played from Sewell. He knew Newman was behind him. He just started his run, which then put Newman cannon into his back. Certainly experience there from Sewell. Yeah, it was good work.
Franklin. Peterson stole that.
Roughhead forward.
He's over the top. Roughhead. Needs to mark it. Does.
You can handle over the top.
No, I wouldn't be doing that.
It was a good play. Roughhead just come back on the ground. He's only had the 7 disposals. Roughhead. 6 goals, 3 last week. We see here, clever kick.
And good vision to actually spot Jared Roughhead out the back in space.
The interesting thing about Jared Roughhead's 6 goals, 3 last week is that he kicked 4 of them in the last term. Had a lean day and then made it his day. Hawthorn lead by 10.
They'll be happy with that one, and up towards the dangerous players in that forward 50. Franklin's getting involved. Have a look at the free kick here. Sewell, Newman in the back. Wasn't the Watton, and you see he's tried to turn Sewell, but got the free kick in the end. But when you got the dangerous players like Franklin jump for a good contest. Now this is the very good vision. Don't worry about their execution.
Lewis off the deck. Not a bad option. He's got numbers in the middle. Peterson the slip. Roughhead breaks the tackle. Handball not so good. Stephen Gillum attacked it nicely. They've got the numbers. Mitchell, Sean Burgoyne, Young. Peeling for him, Rioli. Pass needs to be good. Rioli can get and go. He holds it up.
A great kick from Young on his non-preferred. Was trying to get onto his left, Clinton Young, but then saw Rioli out of the corner of his eye and thought, just put the ball to space. He'll do the rest.
The run and spread from Hawthorn on that occasion. They had numbers everywhere, and they just power runned into space as Rioli did, and he was the one on the recipient of the very good work up the ground by his teammates.
Just mentioned 2 best and fairest, of course, Cyril Rioli's uncle. 1-2 Richmond. Chaos ball though, knocked back in. Polak tackled and dumped from the side. Campbell Brown superb there. That was a goal for all money. And the 150-gamer bounces away. Lance Franklin on the move. Can Hawthorn turn that into a score? Franklin's got 2 corralling him. Slips over the top. White cross to his own advantage. One-on-one's ahead. Rioli in one-on-one. And that's way too wide.
Great play, Revolt, just to keep that ball alive, but super effort from the 150 game. Have a look at this. Terrible bounce for Stratton there. Revolt just tapped it on beautifully there to Polak. Thought it was a goal, but
Brown game alive here. Revolt kicks around the body and goals. They lead by 17.
Oh, Jared Roughhead just took his opportunity and snapped the goal. Well, we'll just have a look at that replay. As they go across the ground, just trying to kick to Deledio, and just a poor execution error on that occasion. You've just hung the ball in the air and just very vulnerable. That is a big turnover. We're at the other end. Had the opportunity to have a shot at goal, but ball was flown down.
Kick inside 50. Graham over the top. Ball clears the pack. White about to pounce. Kicks around the body. Across the face. Guerra.
Just pulled it back too far. The discipline act put it to a dangerous position, but unfortunately, no Tigers players there.
Sewell to Burgoyne. Dropped the mark. Wasn't tackled. Kicks wide. Rioli, boundary line with him. And runs away from Newman. Uses the line in the end. Rolls it inside 50. Tough ball to gather. Franklin dumps McGuan. Still got it. Throws it out. Farmer smothered. Rioli outside of the boot. Bench back. Boomerang. And they lead by 16.
Oh, what a goal. What a goal from Rioli. Lance Franklin, he put on a big tackle and a bit of a clash of heads up against the teeth, like he's got the mouth guard in, so should save the teeth on that occasion. But heavy tackle. He's come off a little bit worse for wear, but what about the skill? Just Rioli stayed involved in the contest with the outside of the left slipper, just a little check side. Very nice goal.
Across his defensive goal, almost runs himself into trouble. Newman spears the pass, hoping for White. Hodge got there first and could make them pay big time.
I could see what Chrissy Newman was trying to do, but when you're under... Here we go.
Plays on quickly. Just the required 15. Rioli.
That was a great play from Hodge, but Chris Newman, when you're under extreme pressure like that, get the ball as long as you can and as wide as you can. He tried to pinpoint a pass under pressure. He's been super today, but he'd be disappointed with that effort.
And games turn on moments like that. Lines them up, kicks the goal, and punches it back out to an 11-point margin.
They've been good in that area of the game, Hawthorn, in this, especially the second half. They've owned the corridor. See, Newman's just dragged the ball too far inside. A very good mark from Hodge. Just had to be long along the boundary line. If you miss your target, it goes out of bounds, which would have been fine. But a bit of loose checking in the end. But the damage was already done. Good mark from Hodge. But Richmond have tried to switch the ball on all occasions.
You know it. The footy world knows it, and it's on.
Sam Mitchell
knows it.
Well, boys, I did see what happened there. There was a bit of push and shove. Sam Mitchell ended up on the ground. He just gives him a little bit
Mitchell,
of a...
he's got a bit of hair there.
Grab the fleece.
The locks.
That's what happens when you've got hair that long, boys.
I'm not sure you're allowed to do that.
Can you get reported for pulling hair though,
I'm not sure who the last player was.
Surely not.
High inside 50, Campbell Brown.
He can just say he's trying to grab his jumper.
Yeah. That'll be an out. Hodge. And boy, do Hawthorn need an out. Polak flies. Can't mark it. Ball hits the deck. Sam Mitchell again. Trying to thread a handball through. Campbell Brown.
Jackson.
He's put Jackson down. Jackson hasn't moved. Mitchell gets the handball up. Birchall floats one. Peterson waits under it. Jackson's still down.
Oh, you've got to love Campbell. Brown's attacking the ball. Look at Brownie. He's walking over to him, Brownie, saying there's a bit more of that coming.
You reckon he said, how you going?
What about a couple of his contests in the last quarter, Campbell Brown? Oh, Jackson's giving one off the ball here. And
Jackson's giving Campbell. It's rough heads ball regardless. They'll kick the goal here, Hawthorn. Rioli runs in, and that might be the coffin nail. It's on.
Yeah, it's on with Campbell Brown and Jackson.
That was a headbutt.
There's a little bit happening.
He's lost the plot here, Daniel Jackson. Brownie's got inside his head. The experience there, the umpire's telling Brownie to go away. We'll just have a look at this contest again.
Bang!
Oh, that's a magnificent hit.
That's two in the last 10 minutes
It's a loose
from Campbell
ball.
Brown.
They both went low and hard. And we see the resultant effort here from Campbell Brown's spillage. What's happening everywhere here? We've got Rioli on fire, kicking 3 goals in the last quarter. Campbell Brown's 2 of the best hits you'll ever see in AFL football.
It's just 100 dangerous. Campbell Brown, there's some booze. Guerra.
In trouble.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Brown dumped into the turf. Did he have prior opportunity? No.
Oh, this is a fantastic game of football. It's hard to believe it's 14th versus 16th. These two teams, this is one of the best games I've seen this year, Lynchy.
It is a very good finish to this game.
Pride in the jumper, worth more than 4 points for these two at the moment. Dustin Martin, the young gun, Sean Burgoyne, the new boy, and he says, give it some poise, boys.
Well, that's experience. He's playing on the wing, and he's got back behind the ball. That is class and experience there from Sean Burgoyne.
Lewis.
He knows. He probably doesn't know this.
Along the boundary line. Richmond must go one-on-one across the field.
They're going to have to go to rough Ed. He's their only big target. Richmond got all the shoes.
It's a horror kick, but it's okay. Not paid. Tuck. Caught. Holding the ball. A game-saving tackle from the captain. Welcome back, Sam. Back into the team. And that could do it.
Well, the mark wasn't paid. And just the great second effort from Sam Mitchell, the captain. And that could have been the game.
They can take 30 off the clock, surely, Lewis.
He's had 29 disposals, Sam Mitchell, but I don't think they'll be talking about his disposals today. It'll be the leadership of that tackle. Unbelievable. And this guy here, Campbell Brown, what a last quarter. 2 of the best hits you'll ever see.
Young. Down to 10. They've been gallant, the Tigers, but they will remain winless. It'll be 8 games, 8 losses for the Tigers. And for the Hawthorn Football Club, their season has a pulse. It's faint, but it's beating. They win by 3. 13-11-89 to Richmond, 13-8-86 in one of the games of the year.
outstanding game and a very good result for Hawthorn. They were under pressure all day. There was nothing clinical about the way they went about it, nothing easy, but they battled away. They had enough winners across the ground to kick a winning score. But I think Richmond saw their captain just walking off the ground, very disappointed. It was one of those horrible terms, honourable loss, but they threw everything at this game, Richmond did.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's a shame there had to be a loser in this game of footy. The clearances for the Tigers, 41-29. They are gone past honourable defeat. They're going to win a couple of games of football. They were super all day, the Tigers, but Hawthorn, just the class we see.